does not have to be a new year, a new you. It just has to be a healthier you in the new year, you guys. Make sure you check down below in the description box where you can find the links to TLC products, including the ISOT, the NutriBurst, the Life Drops, the Resolution Drops. There's just so many things there to help you in burning fat and staying healthy. There's even the new Immune Tea, which I'm going to order. So I can't wait to try that. And I hope they get the sea moss back. But I do love the sea moss from Mint and Ocean. I'm sorry, it's supposed to be a commercial. Yes, okay? Get those TLC products from me. And do not forget that my biggest life change has been through Kiara LASHAE, Team LASHAE, ifyoucanmove.com. You guys get cute little outfits from Peja and Amari. You also check out Just Move supplements because she is helping us with the energy. Okay, this is the energy supplement. Love it. Okay, just got my protein. Gonna get me some after I work out. So yeah, y'all, down below in the description box, support. So you guys are always asking me where I get my glasses from. So I thought I would finally give y'all a real little ad, okay? Firmoo, I can't see, bitch. Okay, I'm just playing. I'm just joking. These are my new Firmoo glasses here. Super cute, right? They are prescription because I'm like totally blind. And I got these matte ones that I think are really dope. And I felt like they would go good with the fact that I no longer have hair. You know what I'm saying? But either way, you guys can use my link and give me credit and get you some glasses from Firmoo. Come on in. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Yes, okay. Yes, we are here for Weekends with Own, all right? Which is Family or Fiance. Put a ring on it. And lastly, our favorite, Love and Marriage Huntsville. God damn, I'm happy. Okay, I'm excited. I really am. Y'all don't forget this afternoon that the Ooh Ladies First panel will be talking to Kimmy Grant Scott of Love and Marriage Huntsville on J. Lee's Corner at 6 p.m. Central Time. I hope to see you all there. I really hope to see you all there. Okay, I'm super duper excited. I love Kimmy. Kimmy has been one of my favorites on the show for the longest. Okay, so y'all make sure y'all support us and come and see what we got popping for y'all, because we got questions for the lady. Okay, we got questions for the ma'am. Okay, I am excited. Thank you so much for becoming a member, Lanita Richardson. I appreciate you. I hope everybody is doing well. And because we have 3 videos to get through, if your ass is late, that's on you. Catch the playback. All right. So family or fiance, we're going to go ahead and dive right into Will and Shay. As you see here in the middle, we have Shay and Will and Shay. On the opposite sides, right here, Shay's family, okay? Right here, this is Shay's mom, sister, and best friend, okay? Then over here, we have Will's parents, mom and dad, been married for 42 years, and his brother that acts as if he has no woman, okay? There's always a sibling or a best friend that acts as if they have no woman, okay? And that's just problematic. Now listen. When this all started off, I felt like from the very beginning, hold up, I just had coffee, coffee, bread, and butter, hold up. The pearly whites, okay. I felt like this was all Will's fault. From the very, very beginning, I felt like this was all Will's fault. And let me explain what all went down, Okay, hold up. Let me pull up my notes. I don't want to miss anything. So Will and Shay, I don't even know if they said how long they had been together, but it hasn't been that long. Either way, there's a 13-year age difference. You didn't know that because Black men age well when they take care of themselves and drink water. But the problem in their relationship is that when they got together, he was still very much married. And even on the show, he bullshits and hems and haws about the timeline. You know the damn timeline because you were there. You were there. So you know when you started sleeping with Shay, if you were still in your relationship with your wife, or if you had not told your wife that you were already out the door yet. Okay. So it just annoyed me that throughout this entire experience up until the end, I felt like Will was on bullshit. That's just how I felt about it. You know, there were moments and we're going to get to those moments. All right. But he has two children, a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old. Let Shay and Will tell it. The relationship is great. She says she loves the kids. The kids say they love her. Everything is on the up and up. So they said, okay. So when his family gets there and she doesn't speak to the mom really, I was like, this is weird. Because I thought she was disrespectful. I'm not even going to lie. Because I understand that when you first met his parents, it was uncomfortable. Let me explain. So he decided, regardless of what his mother said, that he wanted to introduce his parents. So he flew them out specifically to meet Shay after his mom had expressed to him that they didn't want to meet Shay. Shay was considered to be the other woman. Her daughter-in-law believed that they were still together when this relationship started. So mom feels like, I have two grandchildren and I have a daughter-in-law that I love. This is not right. I do not want to meet this woman who I consider the other woman, who your wife considers the other woman. Will decided that he was going to do the shit anyway. Okay. And still brought Shay to meet his parents. So when his mom sat there for the entire dinner and did not speak a word to Shay, Shay just feels like his parents were being assholes, having no idea that his mother had already communicated to him that she did not want to get put in this situation. Okay. So it really annoyed me that he went through the whole episode acting like he had did nothing wrong. And when they separated, and she was with his family and he was with her family, you know, he got all of this love and everybody's, and you know, you look good. All right, mama. I love y'all, group hug. All right. I love everybody. But when your family is standing there, you don't even bring her family and introduce them to your family. I felt like he didn't like his people. I don't know what the hell is going on, but it felt like he didn't like his people. Therefore, he did not create the space for Shay to learn his parents or for his parents to learn him. I feel like you were upset because you felt like your parents took your ex-wife's side when y'all decided to break things apart. The problem is the way you broke things apart. You did not communicate. You were not honest. Okay. And to them, here's this woman coming in. My husband, my son has a business. Okay. And she didn't came in and she was working with him. Like, they perceived her like some little young thing that was trying to grab a hold of their son because he was Black and successful, 30 some odd years old. You know, he seems like a catch. Okay. So that's the standpoint that his mom and father and brother had. Okay. And I really blame him for that because I felt like he should have communicated better. So at first I was all mad at his family. I really was, because I was like, they just kind of seem rude. Here's why. The brother, Will's brother, when they all kind of sat down, Will's brother was basically like, because they had dinner, and he was basically saying that what if y'all can't have children? And us and Shay's family was like, hold up now, back up out this lady coochie like this. Back up out, but it wasn't about her. It was about Will. Apparently, Will went and got a vasectomy. Okay. And his brother was all in the Kool-Aid, not knowing any of the flavor, because apparently he's already started to reverse that process, because you can sometimes. And he also had some sperm put aside so he can impregnate her if it's the only option that they have. Okay. So within the conversation, I just didn't like the fact that all the questions were towards Shay instead of being towards Will. Okay. Another thing is that they discussed how Grandma, Will mama over here, feels like her grandbabies don't like Shay. unbeknownst to Shay, okay? The kids told her, I don't want to be forced to like Shay. But they've, been together a year now, I believe. Oh, it was a year. I don't know if they've been together. It's been more than a year, but it was a year that they had been together by the time that Shay met his mom. Mind you, he still wasn't completely divorced at the time, okay? So that's another reason where his family was like, bro, what the fuck is going on? You trying to like push this other woman on us, and we still love our daughter-in-law, our sister-in-law over here. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like he was moving funny style. He did not create a space of honesty and communication for his family or for Shay in order for them to really know what was going on. And that really annoyed me. And his brother was overstepping boundaries for sure, for sure. But I also feel like we misunderstood the conversation because it wasn't really about her being able to have kids the way it made us feel at first. It was more so about his brother getting a vasectomy. And have you been honest with her about that? Because she's talking like that's a possibility. Like, what is going on here? All right. Okay. So it was just a lot for a minute. It was very like emotional for everybody. I'm sorry, I'm still getting over these sinus issues. Okay, but I smell really good. I just like smelled myself. I smell really good. Anyway, at dinner, the mom made us mad when he started to sing Shay's praises. We don't understand why at this point. But he's like, Shay saved my life. And we like, nigga, were you a drug addict? What is going on here? What do you mean she saved your life? And the mom was like, you giving her too much credit because without her, you were still the man that I raised. And the mama was doing too much, but I understood because she don't have an understanding of the relationship. Okay, she really doesn't. So Will talks to Shay and he says that his family is stuck on his ex-wife and what happened with her. And she feels like his mom showed her true colors. And I feel like you are being way too harsh on this lady. And you've already had a conversation with his family when it's clear that things are not being communicated adequately to you or to them. She should be clear of this by now, but she really wasn't. Okay. When they talked to Tracy, she brings up how they were asking what she had before she got with Will and talking to her like she was some ragamuffin that's trying to pull on his coattails, which is how they felt. Will says that, you know, his family doesn't really know a lot of things. Okay. And Tracy says, well, that means you need to go and talk to them, Will. You need to clarify things because you have not been telling them a lot of what's been going on. So he sit down with his parents. He talks to them, and it made me mad because I felt like it was another manipulation. This whole time you've been controlling the flow of information, and then when your brother was trying to put you out there for the vasectomy, you sat there and said nothing. You get quiet when people are being confrontational about your shit. Like when your mom said that, you know, about your sons, and you were like, oh, well, my oldest son is very manipulative and he doesn't like to listen to Shay because Shay enforces rules. You're the daddy. Why does she have to enforce rules with your sons? If y'all are together and she's decided that, hey, honey, I'm looking at this, maybe the kids can do a little bit better if they do this, X, Y, Z, whatever. She talks to you about that. And then y'all talk to the kids about that. But because you are the parent, because you are the biological father, everything needs to be communicated through you for the most part, sir. And I feel like you kind of putting blame on her in some way is a part of the problem. It's like a lack of responsibility on Will's part, as far as I'm concerned. And when he gets in front of his parents, he fucking cries. And that's no disrespect to a man that can get emotional and is in touch with his emotional side, because that is a great thing. I don't want for you not to cry, but I need for you not to use it as a tool of manipulation with your parents, so you don't have to really take responsibility for lying and not being clear and cheating on your wife with Shay before you decided to lock Shay down, okay? He also explains to them that Shay gave him the money to save his business. He was about to lose his business. She had 6 figures in her account. She's 20-something years old. We don't know how she has this money in her account. We don't know what she does like that. But either way, sis has 6 figures in her account to give to a man so that she can help save his business. Mind you, she worked for him. So I don't know how, girl, look, I don't know. I don't know the backstory. A lot of it didn't make sense to me. A lot of it's fugazi. But either way, she saved his business. She saved his life. And because of that, he says, I don't have a doubt in my mind about her. I wake up every day so sure about the fact that this is the woman that I'm supposed to be with. And it took him speaking like that about her for his parents to have this understanding. Later on, Will's mom, I think her name was Alice, has a little shopping trip with Shay by themselves. And they actually get a chance to talk. And Shay is emotional and open and vulnerable. And she apologizes for the way things have happened. I think now she understands that he wasn't being upfront, and that caused for them to react to her in that way. And his mother also apologizes because she says, that's not what I'm about. You know, I don't want you to feel like I'm the type of person that would treat someone badly, but this is all very difficult to deal with. And they apologize, they hug it out, they cry. It was a really beautiful moment. And from then on, everybody gives their blessing. Okay. I also liked throughout the episode that Shay's mom and sisters and everybody had her back, you know, and I appreciated that because a lot of what they were saying was right, which was that not a PPP loan, was that, you know, whatever was going on, it was because they didn't know Shay, not because Shay was some bad person or something like that. And that's really how they perceived it based off of Will. So even though they're still going to get married and it seems like a great relationship, something about the way Will handled things is problematic to me. Something about the way that it was almost like the relationship formed out of, first of all, out of lies, but also out of some type of debt. So I don't know what the foundation really is here. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't seem like it's built on anything solid. I believe Shay is in her late 20s and he's like, you know, however 13 years older than her. I missed their exact ages, but I don't trust him. And I feel like he did not bring her around his parents like that, or he did not make it easy for them to form that relationship because he did not want the truth to come out, because she was like, you weren't divorced, and he was still trying to lie and say that he was. I might have been going through a divorce. I don't know. And I'm kind of annoyed that he wasn't called out on that throughout this process. But it's called Family or Fiance, not, you know, stop bullshitting with yourself. So it was a good episode. It was a good first episode for this second season. I really enjoyed this show. If y'all don't check it out, y'all should definitely watch it. It comes on right after Love and Marriage Huntsville so that y'all will know what all went down. Okay, I know a lot of y'all always watch this show with me, and when I reviewed it last time, because when y'all thought I wasn't going to review it, y'all was like, please tell me you reviewing Family or Fiance, and I was like, of course I'm going to review Family or Fiance. Okay, thank y'all so much. All right, for wanting me to review shit. Let's move on to Put a Ring on It. Okay, so here's the thing about Put a Ring on It. I did not feel like going to get new screenshots, so I just deleted people from the graphic that were not in the episode, and this is what we have. Okay, this is what it is. Cool? All right. Giggity, giggity. Hey, D, what's going on? What were y'all saying? I don't trust Will. Y'all were saying all of the same things that I said, child. Will is not to be trusted. Will's mom is trash because they obviously couldn't help Will, or he would have asked them. To me, Shay didn't owe them vulnerability. She gave them respect. And I don't feel like she gave them respect. When they came through the door and she didn't really speak like that, to me, that showed that there wasn't really a sense of, I need to respect you. And I think trash is a bit harsh. I think trash is a bit harsh. I put most of the weight on Will for not communicating adequately. And if I was his mother and I had this lady who had my kids, you know, my grandchildren and all of that, I probably would have been more on her side than this new bitch too. So at the end of the day, you can't just bring this girl around to us without any explanation of the situation, thinking that we just gonna get over. No, nigga, you still have a wife. You still have a wife that was at the house earlier today. Okay, so right, how was he supposed to help them if he didn't tell them? And another thing is, why should they have had to help him? What does that have to do with anything? Like, you should have been a better businessman. I don't know, the fuck. Like, why do his parents need to be able to financially save him from losing his business in order for him to be honest and communicate with them about his relationship? Yeah, no. But you know, I feel you, but no, I don't. Let's go ahead and move on to Put a Ring on It. Okay, so this episode, y'all, was a hoot. So LaRonda decided at the end of last episode, at the beginning of this episode, to go on a second date with Sir James. And really, it was only to piss Sean off because she was so tired of all of the bitching he was doing that morning. Okay. Sean is going on another date with Brittany because he was so focused on LaRonda's safety last episode. I said, nigga, not her safety in a room full of cameras and production crew and other people. Not safety. Safety, Sean? I'm worried about her safety whenever I see your incisors. Okay? I know you go down on her. I'm worried about those incisors. Okay? You need to calm down. He just be doing too much for me, y'all. He seems to be moving from a place of jealousy. And like Jay-Z told you, everybody loses when the family feuds. And that's what's going on here. Okay? Eric and Alexia aren't going on any dates, but everyone else is going on repeat dates. That's why I didn't need to add any new pictures. Okay. Darian is going on a third date with Kai, and he calls it stepping back into the lion's den when he decides to do it for the fourth time at the end of the episode. Child, you might as well go ahead and admit that you fucking that lady. Alexia says that she wants him to go on another date with Kai. Go ahead and see what it's hitting for. Go and do. That's what you want to do. Do it anyway, because that's what you want to do. This process shows everybody that if you really want to be in honest, truthful, communicative relationships with people, you have got to stop putting boundaries on them because people are going to do what they want to do anyway. So if you are so worried about somebody cheating on you or leaving you, it is probably because there's a lack of trust in the relationship. And that needs to be remedied. Not trying to clock what they're going to do, or worrying about what they're going to do, or trying to stop them from doing what they're going to do. Let them do what the fuck they gonna do. Okay? Stop it. Alexia, let Darian do whatever the Darian won't do. You know why? Because he's gonna do it anyway. So don't even stress yourself out about it. Don't even stress yourself out about it. Okay? So y'all, let's go ahead and move on from there. Eric is jealous and feeling away in the car ride on the way home. Y'all, I want him to do what Toni Braxton told us to do and let it go. Let it flow, let it flow, let it go. Just let it go, baby. Okay, let the hair go. It's leaving you. It's not there anymore. She don't want you no more. Let her go. Okay. Every time I see it, let it go. Okay. Because that's all I can see is there is, there is a rose in Spanish Harlem. Like something growing out the concrete right here. Okay. Please. Nothing at all. Do something about it. I'm sorry. He talks about how he spends. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm skipping shit. So Eric was jealous in the car, feeling away. I was too worried about his hair to listen to anything else that happened in that conversation. I'm sorry. Darian tells Alexia that in order for them to get to a place of marriage, he feels like they need to work on a better sex life. I said, really? That's where you at with it? And don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those people that act like sex is not a huge deal in relationships, especially if you want the person to not fuck other people. Yeah, you're going to want to try to fulfill all of the needs and everything, or as much of them as you possibly can. Like, that's the goal. But it should be fun. It should be something you want to do. It shouldn't be something that you feel like you have to do. And I also feel like Alexia is depressed and she isn't feeling good about you or y'all relationship, which is why y'all are probably not having a lot of sex, because she's not happy. Usually that's how it goes. Okay. When women don't be feeling you like that, a lot of the times you don't get as much sex as you would like when they're happy with you. It's just how it goes. Okay. He talks about how he spends a lot of time at their condo/studio whenever they're having issues or whenever he gets annoyed with her, which makes me feel like you start arguments so that you can run out in the streets and do what you want to do at the studio. Okay. I was watching Belly today. You could be in the studio getting your dicks up. Okay. Nobody trusts you when you say shit like that. He feels like I'm sorry, she feels like that he's not really doing anything. But he's making it seem as if he's doing something. And that's why she doesn't want to be intimate with him. And then he brings up how she got male friends too. Apparently, niggas putting heart emojis under her pictures. I said, really, we're gonna tit for tat this? You possibly going fucking people in the studio and somebody putting bitmojis and shit under my putting emojis under my pictures. That's what we're gonna compare that to? Like that's the same thing? That's not the same thing. That's not the same at all, sir. You can put emojis under pictures all day, and guess what you won't get from it? STDs or fucking babies. Okay? You meeting up at the condo, at the studio with bitches. Okay? You know what that brings? 2 out of the 3 kids that you've had since we've been in this relationship. Oh, yes, he's had 2 children with other women while in this relationship with her. He had 1 prior. So there's been some infidelity. So when you came on the show and said that there was no infidelity, excuse me for feeling like, oh my God, they're full of shit. I can't believe it. Everybody's full of shit. Okay? Everybody's full of shit. And I'm tired. I want y'all to be honest. Okay? And then she starts talking about how the dude under her pictures supports her. I said, girl, no, he don't support you because he put emojis under your pictures. Girl, what? What we talking about? Support you how? Support you in what way? Y'all just saying shit. Y'all just saying shit at this point. They start going back and forth. I tapped out. Darian and Kai go on another date. They race go-karts. It looked like it was fun. He is once again telling her that Alexia is insecure about her because she knows that Kai is a type of woman that he likes, which I feel like is another way to get back at her for whatever y'all said when y'all got into it. It's not even so much about Kai. I don't think you like Kai like that. I think you want to fuck Kai. I think you probably are fucking Kai. And if you are, then you're a dog ass nigga. And Kai, my good girl, why? No, that's a bad question. I know why, but you're not doing yourself any favors to have this mentality of, I'll take your man wherever I feel like it. It's not a threat or a bet. It's a damn promise when he ain't really going anywhere. Like after y'all dates, whatever y'all do in a car on the way back to your vehicle, y'all still are not together and he still goes home to Alexia. So that attitude that you have is just uncalled for. You know what I'm saying? Like the attitude you have is uncalled for. Like cut it out. I just really don't like that he bigs her up in the head while simultaneously putting Alexia down. It's just, it's not what's up. If you're going to be out here being disrespectful with your hands and your attitude and your dick, I'm going to need for you not to be disrespectful to this lady as far as making this woman feel as if she has a leg up on her. That's just fucked up to me. You know what I'm saying? And y'all act like y'all don't know what people say when they talk about respectful cheating. And because niggas take shit to a level that gets them stabbed. And then everybody acts like the bitch was crazy. Okay? But you dudes will be on that same tip, be like, I'm gonna kill that nigga and I'm gonna marry her. Like, that's how y'all be. Like Sean. Sorry, but Sean, that's the vibe you give. At this point in the date, when they sit down after the go-karts, Darian asks Kai what she does on a daily, as if they have never had a conversation. They have been now on 3 dates, and this is the first time you asking this lady what she does on a daily basis. Y'all have fucked. She says that she's opening up a new beauty bar so that she can leave something to her 2 kids. And I think she said she was 32. I said 32. Okay. Kai's parents caught her fall. It was at one point when she was down and out. And she has great parents, and they came through and they saved the day for her. And because of that, she has a strong foundation in how she feels about her kids and all of that. Okay. And I'm like, girl, I'm not going to say you're not acting like you have a strong foundation, but I'm just going to let it go. Because it's not Kai's fault, but it kind of, her energy is just real aggressive. You know, but he loves that she loves her kids because he loves his kids. I said, oh, do you? Okay. So Sean goes on a date with Brittany at the studio. It wasn't even really a date. She was at the studio singing and he showed up and they talked for 10 minutes or however long it took them to take the scene. He's surprised to hear that she can really sing, as if people say they do that for a profession, tell you to meet them at the studio and then be in there sounding like Erica Mena. Where do I go from here? I hope not. She said the song she was singing was relevant to their situation. I didn't know that they had a situation, but apparently they do. He asked why she's single, and she discusses people not respecting her career as a singer because people are assholes and get mad whenever they find out that you figured out a way to make your dream a career. They talk, and he actually shares that he's a crier. Oh, no shit. And he's feeling her, so he runs. And she's feeling him. And she knows that he's running because they feeling each other. But then at the end of the day, she don't know what to feel. And I just kind of feel like if he's moving with mixed signals, fuck him. No more dates. Sean is weird, okay? Because Sean tells himself these things, but I feel like it's him walking in fear and insecurity. It's not because you're so scared that you're going to like her and you don't want to put yourself in a situation where it might take you away from LaRonda. I don't think that's what it is. I think you choosing to not fully engage in these dates is you doing that so you can hold that over LaRonda's head. Oh, look, I don't really engage. Whenever I feel like I might be getting too close, I hurry up and run back. I do this so that when you go on your dates and you do something that is what I feel like too far, I can say, well, look how I'm doing it. That's what he's doing. And I'm tired of it. I'm over it. Either go on the date, really be about the date, or get the out of our face, us and LaRonda, because we're all tired. Jessica goes on another date with Clarence in his braids. They work out at the gym. She enjoys the attention of another man. And then she tells him to take off his shirt. I said, oh, really? Okay. He takes his shirt off. He looked good. He says that he's about to unwrap a package. I said, not a package. She's impressed. She touches it. Touch it, feel it, fade it, watch it, turn it, leave it, stop, automatic, touch it, ring it, fade it, watch it, turn it, touch. I had to do it. Then she starts reading the name that he has tattooed on his body, which is his ex-wife's name. I said, oh no, not another bitch tattooed on your body. She zeroed in on it. Zoop. She was looking for a problem. He discusses his first marriage and how they grew apart, married very young. He cheated on her probably. Clarence wants to know why Jessica hasn't been wifed up yet. What's going on with you and Eric? You know? And she says that she's ready, but Eric isn't. There are obviously some trust issues there. And she doesn't like that he asked her about Eric. And I'm like, why don't you like that he asked you about Eric? I feel like you never like for people to take a close look at you because you're insecure about whatever you lack. I think Eric picked you as a trophy wife or a trophy woman or somebody to just be beautiful on his arm. And now that y'all have been in this relationship for a long time, I think he has mentally manipulated you into feeling like you don't have much to offer besides your beauty. So you never want people to dig in deep because then you feel like they won't find anything. Okay. There was nothing wrong with him asking about what is going on with you and Eric. Y'all are on a TV show. Y'all are on a date and you just asked about his ex-wife. It's not like he's not sharing his past. She just worked on my nerves in that moment. A lot of maturing that needs to happen with Jessica, which is why I feel like they really should probably break up because they both need to mature. And I don't know if that will happen as long as they're in this relationship where they're able to be immature together. You know, if you're not with someone that's asking you to step up your cookies before they crumble, shout out to Nikki, then you're going to forever be in this same space, you know? And I don't feel like they really challenge each other in a way that is healthy for them as people. They challenge each other in a toxic way. Let's fight, argue, be jealous, fuck, and not go any deeper than that. Eventually, he's going to grow tired of that and he's going to find him somebody else. Because you're still going to be trying to hold on to him because you don't want him to have anybody else. That's what I feel like. Eventually, he is going to want to separate himself from her. And she's not. Anyway, Alexia and... Hold up. Alexia and Darian talk to Dr. Nicole. And he says that Alexia thinking that he's cheating is ridiculous because she has no evidence. And she's just lying and making shit up. She says that he paints this picture that he's cheating. She gives an example about how, you know, he went out of town. He was supposed to like meet up with her because they were both out of town. You know, she went with him or something like that. He was supposed to come back, never came back until the next day. So it's like, where the fuck were you? What were you doing? And I just kind of feel like it's either vagina or drugs, one or the other. One of those two. That's how I feel. Okay. She can't express herself without him doing all this extra shit, showing that he disagrees with what she's saying, all this hemming and hawing and all that, which works on my nerves because it's a tool of manipulation. She was saying how he'll do things, you know, besides the not coming home that one time, but the studio thing all the time as well. Darian starts getting all loud, losing his shit, and Dr. Nicole has to like reel him in. And then they get on the topic of how she does want marriage and kids in 2 years. And I feel like you want it because you see your friends having it, not because you're in a relationship that has fostered a healthy commitment that makes you now want to have children and be with someone forever. That's problematic to me. Stop wanting marriage just because you want to be married. Want marriage because you love somebody. Want marriage because you can't imagine your life without this person. Want marriage because the person is just so amazing that you cannot picture you not being married to that person at the end of it all. Okay, like that's why you get married. You don't get married because your friends are getting married. You don't get married because your friends and everybody has expectations of you because now your biological clock is ticking and you've gotten to this age. Fuck all that. Do you hear me? Fuck all that. Stop doing that to yourself. You are not in a relationship with a man and y'all are not in a place in this relationship where you should want to get married. Period. It might be both, Crystal. It might be drugs and vagina. I agree. Okay. Alexia says that they can't continue to sweep things under the rug. And I hope that they don't. Because he said that they're not marriage material at this point. That is true. But I feel like that's because y'all never will be. You know? They never will be. Let it go. LaRonda goes on her second date with Sir James. He's way more confident than Sean, but he let his slip show a little bit. They discuss previous relationships, or in LaRonda's case, current relationships. So Sir James talks about how he has a trifling ass ex who cheated on him. And that's when I was like, oh, okay. See, here's the thing, you guys. I've been cheated on before. It's not fun. It hurts. But I want people to stop holding on to it as if somebody killed your fucking dog. Like, how old were y'all? Were y'all in y'all 20s? Like, let it go. Let it go, sir. It happened. Learn from it. It's okay. It happens. I know a lot of y'all like to feel like cheating is the worst thing that could ever happen to you. But I feel like it happens every day, B. It happens every day, B. And niggas be out here holding on to it like somebody killed a pet that they love forever. Like, let it go. Let it go. You let her go. Let it go. Like, to still be describing this woman as trifling, you know, I don't know what the situation is, but it just kind of felt like you're not over that yet, are you? Oh, he's still upset. And to me, when you still describe her in that way, it means that LaRonda or any woman thereafter is going to be paying for that woman's mistakes. And nobody wants to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas be real violent about the way they go about exacting revenge after they've been hurt one time. Like, get over it. Everybody gets hurt. It happens. It's life. It's a journey. You have ups and downs. Okay? Get over it. LaRonda says that Sean is insecure. It's like being in a relationship with a child. He asked if it's something that can be fixed. And she said, I think so, but it's draining. Here's the thing. I don't think that it can be fixed because I don't think that Sean has the capacity to be different because he's been the same for so long. This is something his people did. I like LaRonda. I like Sean. But to me, it just seems like he's not going to stop tiring her the fuck out anytime soon. Just doesn't seem that way. Alexia and Darian talk to Dr. Nicole, with the whole group meet up. And they go first and they express that they actually did talk once she left them. And he showed her his phone and how he really did just fall asleep. I'm like, it's drugs. Darian says it's the same thing with her and her male friends. She just says, trust me instead of clearing things up. I think it's because she likes to have shit to hold over his head too. Like, I don't trust you, so I need for you to think that I might be doing something too, so you don't think you playing me like a soybean burger bitch, okay? She says that there are people Dr. Nicole says that there are people in your life that are going to be good for your relationship and there are people that are going to be bad for your relationship. And you need to manage yourself within those relationships and outside of your relationship. Like, you need to be in control of yourself and you need to be able to trust your partner. So if your partner does have friends that may not necessarily like y'all relationship, you have to trust that your partner is going to do what's right for y'all's relationship, whether that means pushing that person away, keeping them at an arm's distance, or what have you. Okay. But to be worrying about other people shows the lack of concentration and trust in the relationship, which is between the two of y'all and has nothing to do with anybody else. So fix y'all first. And then that will in turn fix these outside issues that y'all are telling us to look at instead of looking at the internal issue that y'all are having right now, which is that both of y'all are unhappy in this relationship. Stop trying to blame it on infidelity. I think that that's a scapegoat. Because if he was faithful, would you be happy? I don't think so. I'm just saying. I think that they just aren't listening to each other. The relationship is not healthy at this point, and it's not just because he may be cheating. It's also because they just don't get along. Like, the way they go at each other, these low blows, the way he takes these moments when she's not even around to exact revenge on her. Girl, y'all need to just let this go because it don't even need to be in this space. Y'all are supposed to love each other. So once we've gotten to a place of vindictiveness, it needs to be let go. That's the same thing I feel about Jessica and Eric. And I feel like LaRonda and Sean are getting there because Sean is pressing LaRonda so much that LaRonda is starting to move in a way that is, you know what? Because you say I'm doing it, I'm going to do it. Because you acting so bad about this shit, I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to put my full foot forward. I'm going to have a good ass day, whether I like the nigga or not, because you done worked on my damn nerves. Okay? So, aside from that, Jessica and Eric speak. And Eric feels like when it comes to him and Jessica, it's almost like he feels like she's vapid. He says that he doesn't like to talk to her about issues that he may be having because if she's going to say something he's already thought of, then he finds no value in what she has to say. I felt like that was really fucked up to say to her. And I feel like when she says, well, so that means that you feel like there's no point in even talking to me. And he's like, no, I didn't say that. And it's like, well, you're saying that you don't find value in what she has to say. So that is like saying, I don't even want to talk to you. I don't care to hear what you have to say. Like that is exactly what I hate when niggas say things in a different way and it means exactly the same thing. And then they act like you crazy. Okay. But you can't even be 100% honest with them because you have to think about how they would feel and how they would react. You basically told that lady that she has nothing mentally to offer you. And you have said that more than once on this show in several different ways. And so I think for one, it's a way for you to hurt her, tit for tat. For two, I think it's exactly what the situation is. And I think that she needs to grow up in her emotions and realize that it feels bad and it hurts and it shouldn't. So you need to get out of the relationship because if he doesn't see the value in what you have to say, then you need to find somebody that does find the value in what you have to say. There's some nigga out there that's going to love to just hear the sound of your voice when you talk. Okay? That's gonna just watch you talk because they gonna love you. They gonna like how you move and what you have to say and your energy and your spirit, and it's gonna jive with theirs. Like that's out there for you. So why even deal with this? And I really do feel like it's because she relies on him financially. And I think that people often get so stuck in their relationships once they've been together for a long time that even if it's not working out, even if you can go and do something better, the fear of the unknown is overwhelming. And so they'd rather hold on to this toxic situation than let it go. And he can go find somebody that he think mentally, stimulates him. And she can go and find somebody that accepts her and loves her and values her for who she is as a woman and not for who a person wants her to be or who he hoped she would be. Okay, child. I just didn't like that he did that to her because that's not the first time he's done that. And I just kind of feel like, how you gonna get mad that this woman is exactly who she's always been? And she just needs to grow up and figure out that she deserves better. But in order for her to see that she deserves better, she needs to act like a grown-ass woman. Carry yourself like a grown-ass woman and feel like there are some things you won't do, some levels to which you won't stoop, and some games you won't play because it's a waste of your good energy. Okay? Like, that's the mindset that you need to have. Okay? Dr. Nicole tells Eric that at the end of the day, you have to be open with her, regardless to how you think about what she might have to say and all of this type of shit, because you're choosing to be in a relationship with her. So if you're choosing to stay with her, if you're choosing to be in a relationship with her, then you can't be in that relationship and not communicate openly and freely with her. And if you don't want to open the lines of communication, then you need to leave her. Like stop playing with that lady emotions. Anyway, LaRonda decides that she's not going on another date with Sir James because he wasn't leading the conversation and asking questions about her the way she hoped he would. Sean was very happy about that. We saw those fucking incisors again. And then he talks about his date with Brittany. Sean says that he doesn't want to get himself in a situation with Brittany because they do jive so well. And Dr. Nicole says that sounds like you don't trust yourself. And it sounds exactly like what you said before, So he then decides to go on a third date with Brittany. Great. Jessica isn't going on another date with Clarence because he wasn't as stimulating. I think that she really just didn't like that he probed her deeply. You have to decide what you want. You either want to have these deep, profound conversations or you want to be on the surface. Figure it out. But don't get mad when somebody calls you surface level. And then when you are given the opportunity to not be surface level, you get upset and you reject that person because they were asking for more than you were willing to give. Jessica, get yourself together. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say about that. Okay. So Zarian admits that if he had met Kai before Alexia, he would have easily gotten into a relationship with her. Alexia says that he needs to be careful with his words. He decides to go back into the lion's den with Kai and said that she's challenging their relationship. She is not challenging y'all's relationship. She is challenging Alexia's patience. And, you probably trying that pussy out. That's what you're trying, okay? Anyway, you challenging that pussy, like whatever, the elasticity of the legs, like, okay, can you bend your back down, bitch? Okay, but he was talking way too much. And whenever somebody is talking like that, they on bullshit. Alexia gets up and walks out because she's had it up to here. And Eric is like, bro, go follow her. And so he runs out there, man, what is your problem with this girl? I said, what's her problem with this girl? Does this nigga want us to stab him in the face? What do you mean, what's my problem with this girl? I don't have a problem with this girl. I have a problem with the man I've been with for 14 years, repeatedly going on several different dates with the same bitch whose hands he likes to hold, whose hips he likes to touch. And we already have issues in this relationship with me questioning whether you are faithful or not. And you're telling me you have issues with our sex life, but you're walking around with Big Booty Judy over here. And I have a problem with her. No, nigga, I have a problem with you. I have a problem with you. I have a problem with the way you move. Are you serious? Stab, stab, and stab. All right. Oh, y'all. Let me see what y'all saying about this before I move on to Love and Marriage Huntsville. IDT Sean will take rejection well. I don't think. He dang near threw up on the first date. Child, that's why he need to get over that. I learned how to deal with rejection when I was in fucking middle school. What is wrong with people? He needs to just be with Kai, and Alexia needs to get dignity and walk away. 14 years, 3 outside kids. No, it's 2 outside kids. Okay. Darian says she knows that you're my type. I'm like, the fuck? Exactly, Quasia. Hey, Porchikela, Kai, let it be known this is a game for her. Or maybe she's just a groupie. Maybe. The way Alexia got up and hoofed it. Ooh. Child, them girls that played ball that you swore was gay, but they was really straight. Alexia. I thought that they said that he had one kid before her, and then he had two kids while they were in the relationship. That's what I thought I heard. I see y'all putting stuff in the comments, but sometimes y'all be wrong and y'all be trying to act like I'm wrong and I'm actually right. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. Okay, I don't know. I don't care. Darian needs to reside at the condo for the remainder of the experiment. Yeah, go ahead and fuck it on up. Thank you so much for the super chat. You preaching today, Bindy. You know, it's in my spirit. We gotta get through. It's three of these shows. I couldn't be up in here forever. I had to get it in and get it out. Shine is an emotional manipulator. He absolutely is. It is exhausting. Y'all, men who are emotional manipulators are exhausting. Exhausting. Okay, y'all know what to do. Before we get into Love and Marriage Huntsville, like this, yo, I can't hear it. I'm gonna do it again. Hold on, let me do it again. I'm doing it again. Yeah. You better like my video. You better like my video. Like it for me. You better like my video. You better like my video. I had to do it again so I can get right back on the beat, because Lyra said I had been all beat, but it's like I be trying to get it, but you be, talking and shit, and you got to get on the, got to jump on the good foot. But yes, y'all, I hope y'all are liking the video. It's 500 of y'all in here on this good Sunday, and I know y'all playback people gonna catch me. All right, I don't give a fuck if you was doing something on Sunday. I know you gonna catch this playback. Okay. I was off beat at the end. I had did it again. I was off beat at the end. It didn't sound off beat to me. Fuck you, Yanni. You do this shit then, bitch. That's my friend, y'all. That's my friend. Alexia, know your worth and stop wasting your youth, time, and emotions on this man that doesn't deserve it. I know that's right. Child. But anyway, y'all ready? Now that my friend had made me feel bad. I love you too. Okay. We ready? All right, let me pull up the Love and Marriage Huntsville notes. Okay, y'all. So let's start it off. Favorite show. Maurice and Marceau meet up at Scott Manor at the very beginning of the episode. Okay. Now, Scott Manor is a large plot of land that the Scotts want to build compounds on. They want to build homes on, and they will all live in these homes. Okay. The problem is there has been no movement. They are at a standstill because it has constantly been raining. I'm like, yeah, it has. I live in Louisiana, and usually whatever is going on here, it's going on in Mississippi, Georgia, and Alabama. I don't know why. But if it's raining a lot here, I'm sure it is raining a lot there. Then they discuss the beef between Tisha and Kimmy, which makes it harder for us. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. It's harder for us that it's become okay. Y'all know when you be saying shit, it be fucking up. Okay, it be fucking up. Okay. But they discussed the beef between Tisha and Kimmy, and how that beef is making it harder for the manor, the whole little situation to become a realization. Okay, because Kimmy does not want to move on a plot of land that is that close to Marceau and Tisha, because they're already tiring her the fuck out and they live across town from each other. Okay. Marceau says that Tisha is a lot like Martell in the way that she doesn't like to back up off of things. Once she gets upset, once she believes the narrative, she does not like to unwrap her mind from that. Y'all, that's what I like to call ignorance. No disrespect, but when Marceau says that y'all are from the different side of the tracks, y'all, I have people in my family that I feel like didn't grow up on the same tracks as me. And it's because People be having an ignorant ass mentality, and that's unfortunate. But if your mentality is that you can't unlearn bad behaviors or you can't change your mind about something once you have now understood that you were wrong about it, your ass is ignorant. And there is a part of that that leans to lack of education. There is a part of that that leans to lack of access. And yes, overall, it may not be your fault. But when you go and get master's degrees, but you still can't use what you've learned in school, deductive reasoning, common sense, empathy, like whatever the fuck you learning in school, it teaches your mind how to think about things in a way that makes sense. So when you can't apply that to your life and you are missing this disconnect that's happening, there's a level of ignorance that you have come up in that you refuse to unlearn. And that is what's going on with Tisha and her family. And that's very, very exhausting. And that is what Marceau was talking about. Marceau is trying to be nice about it because he doesn't want to say that my wife's side of family is a bunch of ignorant motherfuckers. But that's exactly what it is. Sorry, family. We all have y'all. We love y'all. Okay. We love y'all. And we know y'all mean well. But y'all be ignorant as a motherfucker and you be loud and wrong and people tell you wrong and y'all just do the same thing. Y'all like black, like there's a level of Trump supporter mentality. You know what I'm saying? That black people will have about not unlearning bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like it's the lack of access, lack of education, because if you think about it, it's the same type of situation. It's just, you know, white people, they kind of form their mindsets around certain ignorant things. Black people will form their mindsets around certain ignorant things, but it all comes from the ignorance and the lack of access and education and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even just, that's what I'm saying. It's not even just about book smarts. It's about common sense. It's about having to apply those things. And that's why all those master's degrees doesn't help when you've decided I'm still going to feel a way, even though I know it's wrong. Ignorance. See what I'm saying? Okay. So when Marceau makes that correlation between Martell and his wife, I feel like it says a lot. They start to talk about Martell and how he went on Steve Harvey with the strawberry letter and how he is so inconsistent. The nigga is crazy. There's a lot of bouncing back and forth with the accountability. And 1 minute you want to say, I fucked up. Yeah, I did the wrong thing. But then in the next moment, when you're talking to Destiny, you want to tell her the reason why you're getting a divorce is because your wife doesn't know how to control her mouth. Not because you were cheating on her for 5 years and got your side bitch pregnant. Child. See how you know it's on bullshit, but you refuse to stop saying it? Like, I hate people that recognize that they be fucked up, but then will still make the same excuses for the behavior that they've showcased that they know is not appropriate. I just can't. Anyway, y'all. And sometimes people just like to be in their own bullshit. And I get tired of that. Like, wake up. Mel and Destiny meet up and talk to hold on, wait. Talk to what the fuck is my notes telling me? Child, anyway, Mel and Destiny meet up to talk about what's going on with one another, okay? Mel wants to remain single for a while, you know, because she wants to focus on herself. And I feel like that's a good decision. Focus on yourself, Mel. After everything you done went through with Martell, all of the mind fuckage, you definitely need to relax, release before you move on into another relationship, because you don't want to make anybody suffer for the ignorance that Martell has put you through. And that may be like an automatic thing after all of the bullshit y'all done went through. Like that mental and emotional manipulation, that back and forth and all of that. Girl, I know you tired. Yeah, just take a break. Have your little side dick or whatever, you know, somebody to poke, make you feel better, and then send their ass home. That's all you really need to do right now, okay? Kimmy comes up in conversation because Destiny and Kimmy have made up and they met up, and Kimmy asked her about what was going on with LeBaric, because everybody has been questioning Destiny's relationship with LeBaric ever since she became a main cast member on the show without him, ever since she showed up on the show with her baby without him. What the fuck is going on? And then a few days ago, he decided to put a statement out there saying that they had divorced, and he is doing that because he knew that when the show came out, she was going to say that they were getting a divorce or that they had already gotten one. I'm sorry. Let me correct myself. They already divorced. Boom, bow, pow, is done. She did not share any of this with Mel. And Mel is like, that's not right. That's not right at all. Like, we're friends, bitch. We're best friends. We talk. I've talked about everything that I've gone through with you. And you went through a whole divorce and didn't say shit to me. That would make me feel like I feel safe with you, but you don't feel safe with me. When Destiny said she had to deal with it on her own, I was like, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I'm just saying, like, really? What are friends for? What are friends for if they're not to talk to when you're going through a divorce? Okay. But see, I feel like it's because Destiny's relationship was always on bullshit. I don't know what their relationship was like before they got married, before they had a kid. I don't know. But to me, it seems like as long as we have known Destiny and LeBaric, their relationship has been in breakdown. And they still chose to get married. And they still chose to have a baby. And now the baby, you know, I feel like ain't even, 2 years old, 1 year old. And they're divorced. And the divorce is just kind of like, it's done. There is no, there's no progression. It's over. And if that's what she wanted to do, fine. But it did seem kind of fucked up that you would sit there and talk to Mel about what she was going through, and you would never say that you were going through the same thing. Like, what? Almost like, what, did you need to have the upper hand? Did you need to be the together friend in this moment? Like, did you have to be the one that was not showing that they were going through something? Like, what is that about? I'm just saying, like, what is that about? The baby is 9 months old. Child. I wanted to say the baby wasn't even a year, but the pandemic got my time frame off. So I was like, I just want to say, that whole year had went by and we ain't see nobody. So I just added an extra year on to it. But the baby only 9 months. Child. Kimmy brings meal prep over to Marceau's because Tisha is too busy to make sure that her kids and her man are fed, I guess. I'm not mad at it. You got to do what you got to do. Sometimes we DoorDash, we order. I don't always have time to cook. Lyric is in here cooking burgers today. Okay, probably went to the store to get things for the burgers. I don't know, but what I know is I won't be cooking today. It's not always going to be on me. Okay, I had work to do. Okay, but the point remains that it's okay. We can go ahead and, throw these duties as we need to. But when we see Tisha and she meeting up with her cousin to buy clothes for the graduation party that she's supposed to not know that she's having, I was just like, Tisha and Marceau are already on bullshit, okay? First of all, Marceau asked Kimmy to help him plan Tisha's graduation party. And she's like, fuck no, I'll help, but I'm not planning a goddamn thing. Why don't you call the people who y'all run and talk to when y'all want to talk shit about me and how I'm not loyal and I'm not really down for family and all of that? Why don't you call them and ask them to help you? Where's Wanda's ass at? Wanda's out of town. Marceau wants to have this party while she's out of town. Okay. Tisha is talking to her cousin Kiki, and apparently we're going to be seeing more of Tisha's family. And she expresses that she knows about the party. She heard him talking about it. It's not a surprise. What really is a surprise for her is that he actually wants to invite her family because she feels like he doesn't see it for her family, like he doesn't respect her family. I don't think he respects her family fully either. I don't think he fully respects her. I think he loves her. I think he finds value in her in the way that she is his wife and the mother of his children, and she's beautiful. But I feel like there is a part of himself that sought out a woman he felt like was intellectually not his equal, so that he could retain the upper hand. Because it's much like when you have women who befriend other women who aren't on their level or who aren't as pretty as them, because it makes them feel good about themselves to not be around people that are either on their level or better. So they get friends that are all like hood bitches. Meanwhile, they, middle upper or some shit like that, but all their friends is in the hood and all of that type of stuff. Child, Like that's the mentality. I have to always feel in some way like I'm getting validation from the fact that the people around me aren't exactly, as good as me in my mind. That's what I feel like he feels about her and her family, to tell you the truth. Okay. But I like that Kimmy shut that shit down. I didn't like the fact that he was trying to put the onus on her to extend an olive branch to Tisha as if Kimmy did something wrong in this process. When we all know that Tisha is a child. Tisha has been raised to bitch and moan until she gets her way. I also think that Tisha had a lack of emotional connection to her mother as a child. So now she looks for that emotional attachment in other relationships with women. And she doesn't realize that Wanda not showing you emotion did not serve you well, because there's a moment where she explains that her mom didn't say that she loved her all the time, but she showed her with her actions. And Kimmy doesn't show her with her actions as well as she doesn't say it. And I want her to know that your mom was supposed to tell you she loved you too, because if she had vocalized that she loved you and poured into you in a verbal way, which is just as important as any other way, then you would not seek validation and you would not seek relationships that are kind of based on codependency the way you do. You expect something from Kimmy that you don't even want to give to Kimmy your damn self, but you want to compare it to your relationship with your mom. You don't understand how that's problematic. You shouldn't even be comparing your relationship with your mother to your relationship with your sister-in-law. Those two things aren't on the same level, but that's how you know that your gauge is clouded. You don't really have a firm hold on reality as it pertains to relationships with other people, because you feel like people owe you something. Nobody owes you anything. You are an adult. Nobody owes you anything. Okay? You need to walk through life understanding that at the end of the day. Martell goes to see Destiny at her hair store. Okay, child, he loves to make my nerves bad. And he loves to make my ass itch. Okay, but he is just coming from posting Milani's first day of school while simultaneously announcing his outside child. Y'all remember that? We talked about it on the Bondi Blue show and everything. It was a huge deal because Mel felt away. It was disrespectful as fuck. Use your own Instagram outside child. Okay, use your own outside child to announce your outside child. Don't use my child that you wanted me to abort. Okay, don't use my child who you were not there to help for when I first had her pregnancy, all that shit. Do not do that when you didn't even want my baby. Don't do that. Okay, don't use her to announce the other child, because you're gonna put my baby on this picture and then have all this negativity flowing towards my baby. You trying to use my baby to protect you. Fuck out of here. Use your side bitch baby to protect you, nigga. Don't use my baby to protect you. That's the mindset. It's fucked up. Okay. So she was mad about that shit. All right. He goes to the shop because he's dropping off some products or something like that he wants to sell. We'll get to that in a minute. But he says that it's his Instagram and he can claim his child on his Instagram if he wants to. Destiny says that he has a lack of empathy that is jarring. And I say, girl, you could not have put it any better. He has a box of products that he wants to sell in her store. He does not own the products, but he is trying to get a 20% stake in the product line. He says that he's trying to support Black business regardless of whether he owns it or not. But she said he needs to be set up right in order for it to be in her store. And he sounds dumb. And it's obvious that Mel was the brains of the operation, because if this is the way he's moving, okay, it's obvious that he wasn't doing any of the mental heavy lifting, because this is just not right. He's leaving himself and her open for any type of legal issue. If those products burn somebody's fucking head out and she sold them in her store, like, they're not coming from a reputable company that she knows for a fact sells, products in other places. Like, dude, what are you on? Okay. What are you on? And then he asked her about LeBaric, and they start talking about how hard marriage is. And he says that, yeah, he worked for 12 years in his marriage. And she says, did you really? Because to me, it seems like it was more so difficult to maintain two relationships at one time. I also felt like she was speaking on LeBaric. I think that wasn't just a shot at him. That was a shot at LeBaric, because LeBaric probably had another woman the whole time too. Somebody that made him feel better about himself. Just like Martell, a lot of these men get with these headstrong type A women because they bring money, they bring business. Y'all get my words together. They bring opportunity. They look good on your arm. They have your beautiful children, and then they can create these businesses with you and these empires with you, and they're smart. Like, y'all use those women. And then y'all act like y'all are the ones that were actually doing all of the hard shit, when the truth of the matter is those women probably held most of the responsibility in your families, in your businesses, and in your dynamics. I think that LeBaric was trying to have that same thing with Destiny, because Destiny is a very smart businesswoman, just like Mel is. The problem is, I think he really couldn't handle that situation at all in the way that Martell did. Martell was able to still be a father. Martell was able to still be a part of his marriage while doing what he wanted to do on the outside, having that other woman making him feel better about himself, because in his relationship, in his marriage, he felt insecure. LeBaric just completely tapped out. He didn't even want the responsibility. It's coming off like Safari. It's too much responsibility, so I'm going to run away. Thank you, Deanna Williams, for the super chat. I think those were Arion's hair products. Child, if they were, get them out of my store. The fuck wrong with you? That's my friend. What's wrong with you, nigga? Something is wrong with him. Anyway, but once she said that about how it was hard for him to manage two relationships, he says that's why she's getting a divorce now. She says, no. Okay, you said what you wanted to say, and I said what I wanted to say, and you just can't take what I had to say. I say, girl, you better tell it. That ain't nothing but the fucking truth. And he gets in a confessional and says that women need to be women and let men be men. And what that translates to is, let me say whatever stupid bullshit that comes in my mind because I have a dick. And we live in a patriarchal society. So whatever bullshit I say, you're supposed to let it fly. You're supposed to be quiet and go along with it. And then you're not supposed to correct me or say what's actually right. You're supposed to just sit there and accept my wrong shit. That's what that means. And I want men to shut the fuck up forever with that. Mel is talking to her team while simultaneously rocking her baby to sleep, because that's what real women do. They multitask. And she's having this business meeting talking about future business ventures, her women's empowerment events. Shout out to Tisha and all of this other stuff, when Chris comes in, because Chris wants to discuss her building some properties on the 47 acres with the new development company that he is in business with. And she says, I would love to do it, but I don't want any problems with Martell Holt. So please make sure that you have a conversation with Martell Holt first. And if you do that, then yes, no problem. I would love to come on, but I have to co-parent with this crazy nigga, and I do not want any issue with egos. Okay? I said, I know that's right, girl. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay? Let's move on to the fake ass surprise party that Marceau threw for Tisha. So first of all, her cousin Kiki and Tisha's brother decided that they wanted to pull Kimmy to the side so that they can have another stupid ass conversation in which they let it be known that the family, Wanda and her minions, are always going to be on Tisha's side, whether she is right, wrong, or indifferent, because that's what ignorant people like to do. Okay, I don't like y'all. I don't want to be around people that are yes men. I don't want to be around people that can't be honest. I don't want to be around people that will let me be fucked up and don't say anything about it. Okay, but I do appreciate people that tell me I'm fucked up and then be forgiving of me trying to get my shit together. Like, don't be out here throwing me out asunder because I did one thing you ain't like. Okay, anyway, it's happened to me before, which makes me know that you was having a problem for the longest and not saying nothing. And guess what? I can't do nothing about a motherfucker that don't open up their mouth. So anyway, just saying, when the real life and the show collide. So Kimmy asked Kiki this very vital question, because they get into this conversation about what happened at the reunion. And Kiki feels like, I guess Kimmy should have lied about the fact that they talked about Mel and how much she was on social media. At the time, they didn't realize how smart Mel was for being on social media the way she was. Also, this was something very small, and Kimmy's a grown-ass woman. So she was like, yeah, we talked about how much she posts. And Tisha wanted to lie about it. So now y'all are telling Kimmy that she should have lied along with Tisha so that she can protect Tisha while Tisha tries to save face and act like she's not running her mouth about Mel while simultaneously sipping from her well of knowledge and acting like she's her friend on some fake shit, because that's what Tisha was doing. Okay. Yeah, no. Kimmy says, so do you think we were talking about Melody Holt? And Kiki says, yes, I do believe y'all was talking about Mel. You know why? Because Tisha goes around talking about Mel to anybody that will listen, including all of her miscellaneous minion ass family members, okay, who hold on to the idea that because somebody is their relative, they're never going to check them when they're wrong or be honest with them. And I love that Kimmy was like, do y'all have long conversations with Tisha about how she shouldn't lie to people and how she should stand in her shit? Okay. Child, Tisha get there to the party looking like she didn't want to be there, looking like, you know, child, I'm always, listen, I'm starting to wonder, Tisha, do you have an outside nigga down to the school? What's going on, girl? Because every time you come around, it's like, I do not want to be around none of y'all people. I want to go back to wherever the fuck I was, but I was not here. And I want to go back. All right, look. She give a speech thanking everybody for supporting her during this time, especially Marceau. And then Marceau gives her with a Rolex presidential, very beautiful. Mel and Tisha talk. She got her a little massage. You know, she probably needs it. And then she was like, yes, because that's the way we used to do that back when we were friends. Like, oh my God. Okay. And then Tisha's family takes this opportunity to bring up how they're from the other side of the tracks to Marceau. And Marceau then tries to bullshit us and explain that he was homeless. And what he meant by other side of the tracks is that they had, because they was in the projects. And at one point, he was on the other side of the tracks sleeping on them. Okay. And I just kind of feel like you full of shit. You met them people ignorant. You met them people being, you know, stuck in their bullshit ways, and they don't like to listen to reason. No matter how many times they've been told they're wrong, they like to just keep screaming out ignorant shit. And that's who they are. And that's the point you were making. And I wish you would have stood in that. I know you didn't want to fight all them niggas at one time, but if they wanted to press you about what you said, I would have just been honest and said, I do believe that y'all are ignorant. Just like y'all are in here right now arguing with me about some shit that happened last year. That's some ignorant shit. What are we talking about? How are you? Okay. Why are we talking about something that happened a year ago? Because y'all ignorant. I love y'all, but y'all ignorant. It is what it is. That's why my family don't invite me to shit, because I tell them stuff like that. Thank you, Georgianne Carter. That's all right. I don't want to be around you motherfuckers anyway. I love y'all though. Y'all know who I'm talking to, because I don't talk to all of y'all like this. Some of y'all, you know, be on my same wavelength. Shout out to Jermaine. New sub, enjoying your content. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. So Kimmy takes this time to take Tisha to the side, because now we need to have a conversation, because the minions have been attacking. Okay. The minions have been attacking, and we need to have a conversation. All right. And she basically says, why are they bringing up old shit? What's going on? Why they bringing up old shit? Okay. Bottom line, Tisha has unrealistic expectations of a sisterhood with Kimmy. Tisha says that, I mean, I can't expect you to, and this was a dig. This was a passive aggressive ass dig when she said to Kimmy, that's why I put this picture, because Kimmy's eyebrows did that art shit, because she was like, no, you didn't just basically tell me that you care about family and I don't, and you can't expect me to care about family the way you do. That's what she told Kimmy. I can't expect you to care about, I care about family. I value family. I can't expect you to value family the way I do. No, bitch, you can't expect her to be delusional and codependent the way you are, because she's a grown ass mother and a wife that at one point was a single mother, okay, and had to do things on her own and didn't have to be codependent on anybody. So you growing up with this family that's here today, making excuses for your bullshit and your codependency and y'all's ignorance and everything, shows us that you's a spoiled ass brat that want people to see your way, no matter if you are wrong or right. And we are not going along with that today. We're not going to do that. We're not going to continue to act as if Kimmy did something to you because you don't like the fact that she refused to lie for you. We're not going to continue to live in that space. That's just Counterproductive. You have master's degrees, bitch. What is going on here? Act accordingly. Do that for us. Okay? Act accordingly. All right? Then she goes into how Kimmy wasn't checking in on her, especially when she was going through shit. And, it just made her feel like Kimmy didn't care. And Kimmy says, how about when Kiowa called me a hoe and you went and had dinner with the bitch and never came to my defense one time? So explain to me, Tisha, how is it that you want me to get involved in your shit with Mel, but you didn't come to my defense when Kiowa called me a hoe and said that I was fucking with her man when she was still with him, when we all know that that's not the truth? We gonna get into that? No, we're not going to get into that, because Tisha is never going to take responsibility for her actions, because like her husband said at the beginning of the episode, she just like Martell. So she's not going to take responsibility. Now that Kimmy has brought the issue to the table, the issue that happened that we didn't get to see last season because they edited it out. And why are we still in season 2 on? This is obviously season 3. Why is this season 2 episode 21? Why? I'm tired of y'all with not having y'all seasons and y'all episodes right. Do you hear me? Send this shit to them. I'm tired. Okay? Make the shit make sense. Don't come back episode 21 talking about this ain't a new season when y'all told us this was a new season. I'm confused. Okay? But either way, Tisha, I would not continue to have these conversations with you. If you cannot understand your part in this situation and get past it, then I don't want to continue to have these conversations. Either get the fuck over it or don't. Okay? But the reason why Kimmy has not been coming over there checking in on you is because she knows that you have a problem that you refuse to get over, because you don't want to be real, because you like to bullshit with yourself like Martell. Y'all like to bullshit with yourselves. I don't have time. That's all I got. I ain't got no more. Bondi, were you talking to the daddy side of the family? It's always that. No, my mom's side of the family is so big that it's just spread out. It's just spread out, like there, few of us that's, we be clicking. And then there are other of us that we just be like, can't do nothing about it. They're just the way they are. That's why I'm over here and they over there. Okay? Gaslighting the shit out of people all day. Girl, I had to go smoke after watching Tisha. She make my nerves bad. She make everybody nerves bad. Child, we was in the DMs last night, me and the girls. Don't forget that we are interviewing Kimmy today. Y'all don't forget. Okay, 6 p.m. Central Time. Me and the Ooh Ladies First panel are interviewing Kimmy Grant Scott. So y'all please don't forget about that. Who do we have to get in contact to use the Ooh Ladies First music in our videos? Who can I get the copyright from? Queen Latifah, can I please use this song for our YouTube? We only want to use a snippet of it for our Ooh Ladies First panel. This is definitely homage to you in this song. It came from you in this song, okay? Would you consider interviewing Ariane? I don't want to see it, just curious. I don't want to turn down any interviews, to be honest with you. But it's about whether they can handle an interview with me. That's what it's really about. Because to me, I feel like a lot of people, everybody want to do interviews and shit until they watch these reviews. And then all of a sudden, everybody wants to back away. So ask her whether she actually wants to be interviewed by me. Okay? Because I'll interview anybody. But it's the point of if you can handle it. Okay? That's the question. Can you handle it? They can't handle the truth neither. Okay? That's where we at with it, y'all. J Lee's Corner, 6 p.m. Central Time tonight. We're going to be talking to Kimmy, and I expect to see all of y'all there. Okay? I know I follow Moni Love too, but I feel like I'm going to have to look and see. But I'm going to ask them, though, because I'm like, y'all would really love to use a snippet of this song every time we talk about the Ooh Ladies First panel. Ooh, ladies first, ladies first. Ooh, ladies first, ladies first. That's how you got to do it. You got to be light on it. Anyway, y'all, that's all I got. I love y'all. I hope y'all will come back next Sunday because we're going to do these every Sunday. Okay. For the most part, the time might vary, but we're going to be doing these every Sunday. Okay. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all.